Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Today I want to talk about this article. It's about study finds more than 60% of young men are single. Who are all the young women dating? 63% of men. 34% of women under 30 report being single, according to a Pew study. This is from Jeffrey Clark, Fox News, and foxnews.com from February of this year. So this is important to me because as somebody that got married at 53, I know that you can still get married, although I think by 30 you should have something going on, or else you may be single a long time, and I don't think that's a good idea. This is from this Fox News article. Only 37% of young men report being in relationship. 37% relationship, according to a recent Pew study, causing some confusion on Twitter, with one user asking if all the women were dating actor Leonardo DiCaprio or something. Men are increasingly so single, the study found, that the rate of young women in relationships more than doubled that of young men, with only 34% of young women reporting that they were single. A whopping 63% of young men, on the other hand, said that they were single. The Hill summarized Pew's findings in a story headline, "Most young men are single, most young women are not." Men in their 20s are more likely than women in their 20s to be romantically uninvolved, sexually dormant, friendless, and lonely, the study added. The original Pew study, which was released just before Valentine's Day, found that a majority of single adults are not interested in being struck or even grazed by Cupid's arrow, with 57% of Americans saying that they are not currently interested in a relationship. Well, maybe that's why this channel has been falling on deaf ears. Well, I think relationships are the best. It says, and the general interest in romance seems to be dropping across the country. The percentage of Americans searching for a committed romantic relationship and or casual dates dropped to 42%, down from 49% just in 2019. That downturn, Pew explained, has mostly been driven by single men who are increasingly turning their backs on dating completely. Single men were 11 percentage points less likely than in 2019 to say they're looking for a committed relationship and or casual dates. Not a healthy thing, in my opinion. Online dating is still dominant, Pew found, with almost half of single and looking adults turning to online dating the past year. Well, that's where I found my wife, in another country back in 2015. Some of the data doesn't add up, according to Hill. Even seasoned researchers struggle to fully account for the relationship gap between young women and men. If single young men outnumber single young women nearly 2-to-1, then who are all the young women dating? And it talks about some humorous responses here. Then it goes, Babylon Bee founder Seth Dillon concluded that the societal breakdown in relationships was bad news for everyone. I can't disagree with him there. He says young women are dating each other or older men in record numbers, he wrote. As a result, 60% of young men are single and lonely. It's probably hard to overstate how serious this problem is, he said, and it seems to be getting worse with time. So that's the end of that article. And since my channel is about marriage, it doesn't have to be with a woman from the Philippines like me, but I was restless and unhappy, miserable really, When I got married at 53, I didn't look in the right place. I didn't go where I was wanted right away. I did marry in the Philippines in 2015. Very quick relationship. Met her online, and 18 days, on our 18th day, I proposed to her. She said yes, if I come and see her. So I hurried up, got a embassy appointment because we were going to get married, not just meet. I was going to marry her. Started the visa petition as much as I could before I met her. Got my appointment at the embassy, and she made her plans from her end, and we started a wedding planning, and I went out to meet her, and we got married on day 54. So, I guess I wish I had done it sooner, but I think I would have missed out on my wife circumstantially had I done it sooner. But the point is, I did go and get married finally at age 53. And what worries me about people under 30 that have no relationship and possibly having no person in their life nudging them or encouraging them to get married is that these men might stay single the rest of their life. And some men teach that, men going their own way, and even teach their young sons, don't get married. All women are evil, and what happened to me will happen to you. And that's not necessarily the case. But yes, here in America, fewer people in relationships, and I can't think of a single good thing that can come from that. Can you? I forgot to say, leave a comment here, but I hope you would. I want people to get married. I want them to know that being single is not healthy for them. If you think that's a terrible thing to say, please disagree and leave a comment, and we can discuss that. It's just a terrible thing. We need to change that percentage. Should be a low percentage of people single, a low percentage of people not in relationships, not like the numbers we're seeing here today in this country. And so that's one of the things I'd like to change here on Love Beyond the Sea.